everyone, welcome back. And thank you for joining me. Today we are going to do this wax resist watercolor, and our subject today is the moon. In January I did a snow moon using the wax resist crayon, and today we're going to do a blood moon using the wax resist crayon. And basically what wax resist is, you're drawing everywhere you draw on the paper with the wax crayon, the paint won't stick. So we want to just randomly draw some flowy skylines. I'm not making this exact. This probably won't be an exact looking night sky, but that's okay because it's what's in my head. We will also be using a round template for the moon. And because these wax resist crayons, and I think this is called Curate Color, and I believe I bought them at our local Hobby Lobby store, they're very hard to see on the paper. So what I am going to do is ever so lightly outline where I'm thinking I might want my wax to be. And like I said, everywhere you put the wax, the color doesn't stick. So let's get started. Let's draw really, like I said, really lightly as I can because I can get heavy-handed. I drew in my circle, and let me set that aside. And I think for the rest of it, though, I think I'm just going to sporadically draw with the wax pencils in where I don't want the paint to stick. I need to go around my moon with the wax. This is kind of a guideline too, because I notice when you add the color, it's like, okay, where's my moon? But like I said, you want this to be random. And I might have got a little heavy with the pencil, which doesn't surprise me. It's what I do. And as you can see on my paper, my circle template already had some red on it. That's okay. We're just going to make that work. And you have to kind of tilt the paper to kind of see where your marks are. And I know you're not going to be able to see that on camera. So sorry, I'm tilting my paper and I don't think you're going to see it. See what I'm doing, but I kind of need to see where I'm going here. Let me put that down. I did a little bit of wax over the moon, so some of the white will show through. All right, and I've got some shapes going here. I'm sorry, I'm really tilting my head over, but I'm trying to see where the wax is, so I don't get it all glopped in one spot. And I'm pressing down pretty hard so that it doesn't stick. All right, I think that's good. And then kind of brush it off. All right, let's start where the magic happens, where we lay the watercolor down, and you'll just watch the wax. It'll kind of like separate where the color is. I'm just using a round brush, and I am going to go around the moon with some ultramarine watered down. And I'm just going to lightly kind of go around the moon. And I'm laying down just a little bit of just this pure ultramarine. And maybe I'm going to add a little bit more of it over here. And you can see everywhere I had the wax, it's not sticking. The paint's not sticking. So I have some watered down ultramarine, and I'm going to add some burnt brown. You can use burnt umber as well. And you don't want very much of the brown. A little bit goes a long way. So that is a perfect color here. That looks pretty good. Now I didn't mix up very much of it. Hope I can recreate that. So let me try mix up a little bit more. Just a little bit of brown. Yep. Kind of make it a smoky sky here. Now I've kind of got a base coat going on, or base color on here, and I want to darken some of the spots up a little bit. So I'm just going to add a little bit of water, maybe a little bit of the blue, and just a dab of the brown, not too much. And I want to darken up some of these spots around the wax. I wanted it a little bit brighter around the moon, because, you know, the moon kind of has a glow to it. Boy, I'm just not mixing up very much paint today. I'm really testing myself here. So I'm going to go in maybe with a little Payne's gray, and I'm still learning my colors here. Let me see, Payne's gray is right here. Because I want that really deep blue, bluish gray color coming on. Yeah, that looks like what I wanted. And you can see the texture of my paper and the wax kind of leave a nice texture in the sky. And this can be like a meteor shower, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what the blood moon. I think the blood moon is, I don't know if I mentioned this, the blood moon is in March sometime. This one that I did was the snow moon, and it was in January, I believe. So the blood moon's in March, and I'm not sure when or wherever you're at. Have you guys used these wax crayons before? Another thing you can do is masking fluid, which does have a little bit of a tint to it, and that would help you see a little bit more. But I like the spontaneity of this, because I like, okay, see, I put quite a bit right here, but that actually looks pretty good, and I'm enjoying that. I want some really, really darks going in between my clouds. So I'm using this Payne's gray right out of the pan. Yeah, that looks kind of spooky, maybe. I don't know. I like how this is working out here. And like I said, I'm just kind of going on the edge of the wax and darkening it up with just Payne's gray. Okay, I'm going to let that sit a minute, and I'm going to go in with another round brush to do the blood moon. And I am going to use Madder Red. Watered it down just a little bit. And if you go outside the lines, that's okay, because we want a little bit of the red to go out into the sky. Not a lot, just a little bit. So I am going to add maybe just a little bit of this red. Just a little bit. Don't want to add too much. And I'm going over the where the wax was. I don't think I want to go into my too much into my the blues and the, yeah, I don't want to overwork this. So I think, because I have a tendency to do that. Now, I like the color of my moon, and I just want to go in just very, very lightly, but I think I want to dry my moon a little bit. So I'm going to blow dry just a little bit. Set that off, and I'm just going to go in a little light, really, really lightly with the Payne's gray. And I'm just going to add some little bit of dark into the moon with the tip of my brush. And I want to darken up some more of this sky. So I'm going to go in with the Payne's gray. And maybe a little bit right down here. I'm pretty much using that right out of the pan. Yeah, I think I kind of like the way that look. You can do this one or two different ways. On the snow moon, I splattered, and on this blood moon, I splattered. But you know what? After doing this with you, I was going to splatter, and I was going to tell you, let's wait, let's let this dry. But I really think because I added so much of the white with the clouds, I don't think I'm going to splatter. I really like how this turned out. And so I think I'm happy with this. I might just add a little bit more dark, and we're not going to splatter on this one. But like I said, you can splatter. And I use the Dr. P.H. Martin's Bleed Proof White. And I use a fan brush when I splatter, and I just kind of go like that. But for this particular one that I'm working on right now with you guys, I'm not going to splatter. I think there's plenty of white space going on that I used with the wax crayon. But I do want to add a little bit more of the ultramarine and just that little bit of dab of brown. And I didn't dip it in the brown, so let's start this over again here. Some ultramarine and just teeny bit of brown. And I'm just gonna add some more color. Of this medium blue. And maybe just, and see, I better stop here real soon because I'm gonna end up making this muddy, but I want just a little bit more red around the moon itself. Okay, I think that's a wrap. Thank you for watching. I hope this video inspired you to create, experiment, and enjoy the process. I'm just over here doing this thing I do, that thing I do. Catch you on the next one. Bye.